What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to absolutely destroy cover 4 defenses. Most importantly, the cover 4 meta that all of the players online and professional players are running this year. Now, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure that you hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So for today, we're going to be looking at how to absolutely destroy cover 4, but not your typical cover 4s. We're going to look at the cover 4 drop show 2 out of 3-4 odd. I broke this defense down recently, so you can check that out on my channel. It was within the last few days. This is the best defense really in Madden 18 that most people are running. Top players are running it, players online are running it. It's just very hard to go against because it defends the run so well because of the safeties being in run fits. It defends the run well while still having 8 in coverage and being a pass defense that can be hard to pass on, especially if your opponent is good at adjusting. But I'm going to show you some really easy ways to get people out of this defense. And the first thing, funny enough, will actually be running the ball, but it won't be what you think it is. So we're going to put everybody in the box here, and we're going to show you how the safeties react. We're going to run a regular inside zone here. I want to show you the difference. So watch how these safeties react to the inside zone. Now, I still was able to, after contact there, get about 4 to 5 yards, which wasn't bad. Let's run it again, though. So we're getting some decent yards there. But against this, typically in game, it's not going to be that successful, especially if they're using one of these linebackers and they bring these safeties a little bit deeper into the box. You're going to notice that a lot more often, you're gonna pretty much get clamped down on, and I'm going to show you why. Now, this is obviously going to stop the run way better in, like I said, in a game because most people will be using a linebacker, so they're going to stay home. But watch how the safeties react to the run here. This is very key. Notice how they don't move. They just stay put, and then as soon as they see that you have the ball, they attack. They stay put, and then they just immediately attack because they're in run fits. Now, watch what happens. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to baseline, get everybody in the box, even bring the safeties down. But watch what happens now when we run a... Oop, I accidentally audibled here. Watch what happens when we run a halfback draw. Okay, that's what we needed to do. Okay, watch what happens when we run a halfback draw. Everybody backs up. It is wide open. Wide open. Gonna run it again. Get everybody back in the box. Go to the halfback draw. And again, watch how much it just opens up for us. Just wide open. We're getting... Now, we got laid out there, but we're getting like 6 to 7 yards before we're even making contact. So, you saw how the safeties reacted to a regular run, but because this is a draw play, watch what the safeties do. They start backing up. You see how they're backing up? Because they think it's a pass, because that's what a halfback draw is. It's to make the defense think you're passing the ball, but then you're doing a delayed handoff. So, those safeties and everybody else are just backing up. They're just spreading out, and they're getting immediately into their zone coverage. Their run fits are not activating because they think it is a pass play. Unless they were to run commit to this, they're going to always back up because they think it's a pass play because it's a fake out. So that is one way you can absolutely shred cover 2 because the defense is not ready for a draw play. They're thinking pass. But if you do a regular run play, they're going to stay put and they're going to attack aggressively when you run the ball. So everybody's got halfback draws in their playbook. So that is the first thing you should be doing to really aggravate people that like to run this defense all game. Use draws. Now, another thing I like to do, I like to use this out of single back ace or gun ace. Now, most playbooks should have one or the other. Most playbooks will have single back ace. I'm pretty sure almost every playbook has this. So, again, this is something everybody can use. If you have gun ace in your playbook, I would prefer using it out of gun ace just because I like running out of shotgun a little bit better. But basically, what you want to do here is you want to have both tight ends on flat routes. Now, this stock play already has them on flats, but you can hot route this by simply hitting Y or triangle depending on your system, selecting the tight end's icon, and you will see that the LT button is the flat route. If you're on PS2, it would be the L2 button. So you can hot route them both to flats. Now what you want to do with your outside wide receivers is put them on smart routed out routes. So you do Y or triangle, you select the receiver's icon. Here we're going to go Keenan Allen, so we hit X, and then you see that the out route is the left stick to the left because he's on the left side of the field. Now we want to smart route him. So again, we hit Y or triangle, we select his icon, which is X, and then we're on Xbox, so you see that the RB button is the smart route button. If you're on PS4, it would be the R1 button. So now he's running the out route to the first down marker. And we want to do the same thing on the opposite side of the field. Now, the good thing about going against this cover 4 is this is a very good high-low read that destroys this type of coverage. If they're playing back, you just want to hit the flat routes and take your 5+ yards. If they play down, you're going to have the out routes all day long for a first down. So here we see they're attacking the flat route, so we throw the out route. We just bullet pass it to the sideline. We hold the possession catch, which if you're on Xbox, that's the A button. If you were on PS4, that will be the X button. You want to make sure you hold possession catch so that they do tap their toes in bounds. See, we do it to the other side of the field. We see the linebacker attacks the flat, so we go to the out route, and we're getting easy yardage on this. Now, we're going to show what happens if let's say they put the cloud flats on the field. So now those cloud flats are going to play back with those out routes. So watch what happens. If they do that, okay, we just dump it down to the flats, rat catch it, and you see there we get about 7-8 yards before we even make contact. Very simple. Now, this is like, let's say it's 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, or it's like 3rd and 8, 4th and 8. Longer yardage situations, that's when you want to use the out route. But let's say you were like 3rd and 3. You don't want to use a smart routed out route, because the smart route, what that does is it makes the route run to the first down marker. So if you were 3rd and 3 and you smart routed this out route right here where X is, it's gonna be the same out route. It's gonna be about the same depth. It would probably even be a little shorter because the first down marker is so close to you. So you only want to use the smart routed out route when it's like 7 or more yards to go. If you're like 6 yards or less, what you want to do is put them on a comeback route instead, which you can do by pressing Y or triangle. We'll select Keenan Allen here, which is X, and we see that the comeback route is the LT button on Xbox. If you're on PS2, that would be the L2 button. Or excuse me, if you're on PS4, that would be the L2 button. So here we're going to put them on comeback routes, and we're going to play hard flats here. So we're going to play underneath. So our flat routes are going to be taken away. So we just read what they do. We see that they attack the flats. All right, boom, we hit the comeback. We threw that a little bit too early there. You want to wait till right when they cut. So I'm going to run that one more time. I mean, we still were able to get it in there. But ideally, you want to throw it a little bit later than that because it's going to make it harder for the cornerback to react. So you see, they're playing the flats. So, bam, we want to hit that comeback. And they're just not, the cornerback was not going to be able to get there in time. That's Marcus Peters, one of the better cornerbacks in the game. They're not going to be able to get there in time to stop that. So that is a concept that absolutely destroys this defense, and you should absolutely be using. You can do this out of any playbook, so it's going to be useful for all you guys. Mixing that in with draw plays is going to frustrate the heck out of people that like to run this defense. Now, the last thing I want to point out is wide receiver screens. Now, if they're running cover 4 and they're leaving everybody spread out like this, I wouldn't run the screen. But 90 to 95% of people that run this defense are going to base the line. They're going to bring everybody in because it's easier to stop the run with everybody in the box, and it disguises the defense. It makes it look the same every play. So most people that run this are going to base the line. And in that case, the wide receiver screen kills this. So here I'm going to even play underneath coverage, which means the hard flat will be out there in the flat where the screen is. And you'll see still just how wide open this gets as my controller gets disconnected. So let me reconnect that. Okay, so let's try this again because the batteries died. So we're in the cover 4, we're playing the hard flats, and even though we are still playing hard flats, it doesn't matter. He will pretty much always get blocked, and it is just wide open for us. Now there we got about 7 yards, but a lot of times you can get even more yards than this. And especially if they don't, if they're whatever reason playing cloud flats because they're just worried about corner routes or anything like that. I mean, then this just becomes even way more wide open, as you see. And here we're able to, I have bad stick there, but we're taking it for 10+ yards. So definitely mix in some wide receiver screens. I wouldn't say to spam this as much as the other tactics. But if you notice they're running that cover 4 on you a lot, definitely mix this in with it. Just to give them one other thing to worry about. You try to get them out of the defense and force them to run something else. Try to dictate what they do. So that's the basic, easy ways that anybody can attack this defense and just frustrate your opponent. So definitely put these into practice. Help you guys out a little bit more in these online games. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.